They'll be calling you a radical, Kevin Blanch. So I'm gonna start protesting here every day. You know, and I'm dealing with, I'll go talk to South Ogden Police and Washington Terrace, make sure I'm doing everything following their rules. I'm gonna start protesting here every day. I've been talking to other people, these mass murders. Now this is important. This is where the mass murders are, right here. They're at Ogden Regional Medical Center. Ogden Regional Medical Center. So Ogden Regional Medical Center are killers, mass murderers. They're owned by Mountain Star. Mountain Star has 10 of the units, hospitals in Utah. They're probably even bigger than IHC. They're a giant United States mass murdering conglomerate. They're murderers. And by the way, I'm a 7th generation Utah, and I'm going to show you something. They're killers, and I'll explain why they're killers. So I'm going to quote the Utah law. The Utah law. 1890, this is real, by the way. When they tore down our elementary at Flake Boyd Wright, I'll post that. Everybody wraps themselves up in the flag here. Yay. I was waiting till everybody's gone through. This was on the floor. Everybody, thousands of people had walked over the top of it. This flew at the school forever. 1896, I will quote the law. 1896, Utah. Any person, any citizen has the right to be heard in a courtroom on a malpractice. So now the Department of Occupational Licensing. Now remember, I've got 10,000 stucco jobs, including the tree in the Child's Museum, including hanging off a rope restoring the 1905 Masonic Temple. 10,000 of them, all real stucco, laughing plaster, licensed in 1983. So I've been through it. I know back then when you got a license, plaster, doctor, butcher, baker, candlestick maker, oh boy, you had to have years of apprenticeship. You had to be proved at skill tests. Not now, send us a check. So get this. So these guys, these clowns, well, clowns, these murderers. That's an old painting of mine. I just painted this right here. So I go in there and let's explain. I'm an AML Leukemia survivor. I got leukemia in the fall of 2011. Just a stomach ache, went from 170 to 130 in 3 weeks. I come from a family of famous cardiologists, really famous. Famous people in this town. Everybody knows my last name in this town by the 10th power. Honorable, integrity, incredible people. My retired General Air Force fighter pilot uncle. My father, the Special Forces Marine, died. Honorable man, hardworking. Thomas, the heart surgeon, the neurosurgeon. That's my family that raised me. Omaha Beach guy, my uncle. My dad, Special Forces Marine, killed in the Nevada test site. That's the kind of family I come from in this town. They want to treat me like this and abuse me in the state of Utah. So I go through that whole fight. As you watched on my YouTube site last year, I started to get sick again. I'm like, oh no, hope it's not the cancer, but I can feel it in my heart. I tell everybody it's my heart, it's my heart, it's my heart. So I had exhausted all my insurance. I'd forked over $1 million to get into the bone marrow. I was a millionaire, but I was uninsured. I was working out a PhD because I do the work, a real doctor. So I was uninsured. Nobody will touch me with a 10-foot pole. No one will touch me with a 10-foot pole. So as I'm going in to the fight, I'm out of insurance. So they finally cut me off early at LDS without a bone marrow transplant. You know, you're doing good, Kev, because I was out of money. Everybody thought I would die. I had OS de novo. I'm in the 1% study. I am officially a 1%er. What are 1%ers? The 1% cancer. I'm one of them. I'm officially in the study. I survived a cancer that's less. I was a red 10 at LDS. Celeste, the secretary, right there says, Kevin, when I prepared your paperwork when you come in, I prepared you. Dr. Vincent Hansen, who knew me from a boy, saved my life. Bone marrow. So I go through that whole fight. Jimbo Peterson, LDS, they saved me. You know, and I come out and I walk the entire coast of California. You've seen what I've done. I fought back. So my heart's going. I can feel it. I was born with a bad aortic valve, heart murmur. I'm telling everybody, so I just start bleeding one day. July 8th, 2016. Right over here, I just start, I'm losing so much blood, it's going down my throat. Come on. I was a plaster for all these things that I've done. I know when I'm bleeding to death. I'm trying to drive like this. First emergency room's right here at Ogden Medical Regional Center. So I pull in there. I go in and I'm just drenched with blood, and the dirt, even the checking. She says, oh my God, hurry, get him emergency. Called triage. got me in there. They come in there, trying to slow it down. Finally, the doctor comes in, Dr. Wood. So he comes in and looks at my, oh, it's all burst, whatever. Plugs it, stuffs it all the way. Puts drain tubes in it. I have photographs and I have video. Didn't he clean me up? Come out, I did video the next day, that day. Blood all over me. I said, you're really not going to clean me up? No, this is all we can do for you. I said, it's my heart, it's my heart. Now, if it gets worse, come back. Go on. That's all we can do for you. These killers, mass murderers. Remember, they are licensed. They are, as licensed professionals, we meet a higher bar. That's the malpractice code. So, I got worse, much worse. Side of my head pounding, I'm bleeding, my teeth are starting to turn black. I know the mouth, I come from a family, I know what it is. You know, they just go see your, I'm uninsured by now. I forked over $1 million, so back in. A doctor named Hawkins in there. So the check-in, that's the lightning, by the way. The Air Force Base right there. And then the lightning guys. Lightning strikes twice. Here they come, like I said, twice. So I go in to see Dr. They told me to come back. 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 So I come back. I says, oh my God. I says, I've been reading on the internet, you know, maybe it's giant cell, but it's definitely my veins and my heart. Something's clogged up. I mean, it's maybe giant cell. They fly these in 4s sometimes. There's 3. Here comes number 4. I go back. That's because I just painted the sign. So I go back in, and the check-in says we'll have the doctor see you. Go in, the nurses will bring in the doctor in. So this guy named Hawkins comes in, says he's a doctor. I told him, I says, and he says, I can't give you any pain meds. I said, pain meds? I never asked for any pain meds. Don't stereotype me. What are you talking about? Oh, well, he's just all, just a prick. I think he knew me, by the way. I think it was malice. I think it was an attempted murder by him and the hospital. I think it was an attempted murder. Well, it's obviously at least an attempted murder. Was it done first degree? I believe first degree. So he sees me and he says, it's my heart. It's my heart. My veins are swollen out, maybe giant cell, whatever, but I'm ready to burst and rupture, which I was exactly right. No, it isn't. He runs a blood test. Since I've requested, I've got copies of the blood test. I had very high elevated freaking 2 different things. Black teeth in my gums. Freaking pounding in the side of I'm a tough guy. I've never been on pain pills in my life. You can ask him at the freaking bone marrow transplant. What I've gone through, as I'll quote my doctor now, my doctor I have now, he says, boy, that's some resume you got. Yeah. So, I'm like, no. He says, no, we run this test. It's not, go see your dentist. I'm like, no, it's my heart. So there's a girl in there, she has a cancer sucks butt nurse. And I like, cancer sucks, that's LDS. And so he comes back in, well, I talked to the nurse, she remembers you from what in there, and I says, yeah, it's an AML Leukemia. Oh, well, and he kind of backed off a little bit, and I'm like, it's my heart. You know, I need to be admitted, I need some tests run. No, go on, go see your dentist. Blood all over me, walk out of there. So I'm going back. As you know, a couple months later, I collapsed. I don't know how, just like exactly the same way that Pete Maravich collapsed. But I woke up. Blood in my mouth, whatever. I'm like, oh my God, I'm having a stroke. On Easter, I was born on Easter. So I put the flashes on, got to McKay, go in there, and the doctors are in there. Oh, hurry, get him in there, blah, blah, blah. Immediately hooked me up to everything. Started some tests. Says, oh, you need to see Dr. Collado. Let's get you stable, see Dr. Collado. Collado comes in. I go see Dr. Collado. He's going to do a stress test. First off, he just puts his assistant, one of his nurses, puts the lotion on me. Real simply, just does the ultrasound first. They don't have that ultrasound on me for 2 minutes, less than a minute. Whoa, stop right there. Here's a wheelchair. How are you alive? How are you alive? I said, I've been trying to tell everybody that. He says, your aortic valve's collapsed. Open heart surgery, emergency schedule. First they went up through the arm and explored, which it could have been repaired. If they'd have caught it, they could have gone up the arm and repaired it. My bill's $150,000. So Dr. Connors split me open. Anybody's gone through that, they know what that nightmare is. They tried to kill me. I will quote Dr. Connors, Dr. Collado, Dr. Stagg, every doctor that's been associated with this saving my life. This is the easiest diagnosis ever. I said, yes, I had it diagnosed. I told them. So in the state of Utah, I want people to know, these people are not using doctors. I dug into this guy. He went to Rocky Mountain College at Billings, Montana. You heard me, Rocky Mountain. The state apparently is licensing for what? From what I understand, he's a chiropractor. He says he's a PA. I don't even think he's a PA. I mean, so the state, so I filed petitions with the state. The state, you have to go through a whole process. You have to go to, I went to them. I says, here's the situation. They sent me to the insurance company, their carrier. A guy, what a dog and pony show. Send me this, that. You know, lawyers here want layups. Now, unless you've had both legs cut off, and you know what the lawyers will tell you? If you have a wrongful death suit, we might touch you. Because they're weaklings. And I want to say this about the media. The problem we have here is the media. So I encourage people to protest all over the United States, Mountain Star. Mountain Star killers. Mountain Star killers. Mountain Star. Ogden Regional Medical Center, there's a mass murder on the loose in Ogden, Utah. A mass murder on the loose. So, the Ogden Standard Examiner are not media. They're cowards. They're derelicts. KSL are actually terrorists. All they do is instill fear. They're not media. KUTV not. Deseret News, Tribune, they're not media. They're pay-to-play propagandists, rat whores. Without any media, without the fourth branch, we have nothing. Was that Franklin or Jefferson? You know, so, and we have no media, so we have to be the media. So I'm going to encourage different people to go protest, put it on YouTube. Put it on YouTube, because I've been digging in. There are all kinds of people that say, this doctor, this, I mean, people are commenting, coming right to me, calling me. So I'm going to start organizing protests. If I have to stand right in front of there, legally, and I know the law here, I can exercise my First Amendment. If I stand on the sidewalk by myself, I can do it. If somebody asks me, if someone comes along, I have to move. That's the law here. You know, and so, no permit required. We have the First Amendment. You know, we want to do things because we don't want police. We don't want cops. We don't even want these rats to kill themselves. This is a mass murder. This is corruption. So I'll be protesting here every day until, you know, I can't get no relief. I can't get no. So I'm raising money, as you know. The big posters will be done in the next 2 days. The first one, I've had 2 orders. The big posters, I've had two pre-orders. They're $311 a piece. And I'm only going to do 33 of those. This one I got a little paint on. This is one of 311. They're $33. I've sold a few of these. So I'm going to raise money. So the hospital's actually working very nicely with me at McKD. You know, they know my situation and they're negotiating. And, you know, they told me today, look, if you can come up with, I need to pay my anesthesiologist who saved me. You know, I got to get him paid. I owe him $6,000 and I want to pay him. Right now, he saved my life. You know, they saved my life, you know. I'm going to send a box of candy today to their offices. Both of them are with some balloons and envelope my little grandchildren have broke. Thank you for saving my grandpa's life. There's a mass murder loose. There's a mass murder loose. There's a mass murder loose in freaking Utah. The mass murder is loose. There's a mass murder killer loose called Ogden Regional Emergency Room. They're not doctors. That's fraud. That's fraud. Their representatives, they're doctors. I mean, we're held at a higher standard. How's this guy even? So I've gone to the state. They're investigating. They're working. You know, attorney in this town, attorneys are cowards. They're weaklings like the media. And this posh, I remember when Utah, I'm 7th generation, first person buried in the cemetery, white guy, everybody says, why don't you leave? I was here first. I was here first. Check out my bloodlines and my name. I was here first. I remember when it was quintessentially to be a Utah to stand up and fight back. Not now. Good sheep. Good sheep. The media, they're derelict scum. So we're the media. Stand tuned. There's a killer loose. There's a mass murderer loose in Utah. A mass murderer loose in Utah called Ogden Regional Medical Center Emergency Room. Stay in tuned.